floor is open for your questions. Whoever is asking, please raise your hand, introduce your name and organization before you speak. Here, go ahead.
Thank you, Minister. My name is Mujib Bashal from the New York Times. First, a quick question of clarification. On the 8 MOUs you mentioned, could you possibly share the countries that those have been signed? That is one. The second is, there's very clear excitement around DPI and around digital being as a big part of India's growth. But every time the momentum builds towards that, the hurdles actually end up being domestic. And we've seen from Manipur to Kashmir to actually to Nu recently that the vulnerability in flare-ups domestically, in fact, end up being digital that manifests in the digital front first. How does India ensure that it is narrative of growth, both domestically and internationally, is not hindered and not vulnerable to the flare-ups and tensions that are so frequent domestically?
So obviously this is a question that just goes beyond the G20 context, but I will certainly say this in terms of how we are approaching our policy making. And this is a global phenomenon. The fact that technology, which was for many, many years seen as a force for good, is also today hosting user harm, is hosting misinformation, and the collateral and the consequent damages that are caused by those type of actors or those type of activities is an unfortunate, universally experienced phenomenon. From our point of view, our government, our Prime Minister has been very clear for some years now that our approach to policy making is, on one hand, continue to intensify the digitization of our economy, creating more and more opportunities for our startups, impacting governance and democracy in a positive way through using digital DPIs. On the other hand, ensuring that the policy framework is aimed at ensuring that the internet is open, as in free from any monopolies or duopolies or market disruptive forces, is safe and trusted. It deals with all of the issues of user harm, including but not limited to misinformation and incitement and all of that. And is also accountable. The asymmetry between the big tech platforms that innovate, that exploit the internet for business, versus the small user, the little guy who uses the internet. That asymmetry is being addressed with our own framework of laws and rules to create accountability and transparency. So we think we are set out. We have DPDP, which is the Digital Personal Data Protection Bill, which deals with one aspect, which is privacy and data protection of user harm. And we will roll out multiple things that are aimed at ensuring that the internet, as it delivers good, as it delivers inclusion, as it delivers transformational governance, also has the necessary guardrails to prevent user harm and prevent the misinformation and misuse.
हेलो सर, थैंक यू। मनोहर जी से इंडिया न्यूज़ से सर आपने बताया साइबर सिक्योरिटी को लेकर जिस तरह से पूरा वर्ल्ड सर दिस साइड साइबर सिक्योरिटी को लेकर जिस तरह से हम डिजिटल इकोनॉमी की बात कर रहे हैं, भारत काफ़ी ज़्यादा अगर 9 साल में देखें तो डिजिटल एरा में बहुत ज़्यादा आगे भी बढ़ा। तो साइबर सिक्योरिटी को लेकर की जो तमाम G20 मिनिस्टर के साथ बैठक हुई है, किस तरह से हम लोग साझा करेंगे, चाहे लॉ को लेकर के एक्ट को लेकर?
देखिए, ये जो G20 डिजिटल इकोनॉमी के 4 मीटिंग्स हुए हैं और G20 का लीडर्स का मीटिंग होने वाला है, इसमें मैंने जो कहा ब्रीफिंग में कहा कि एक तरह से ये 3 मुद्दों पर बहुत ज़्यादा अवेयरनेस और एग्रीमेंट हुआ। और अवेयरनेस जैसे मैंने कहा, DPI क्या होना चाहिए, उसका फाइनेंसिंग कैसे करें, एक ग्लोबल DPI का रिपोजिटरी भी हो। दूसरा, साइबर सिक्योरिटी के बारे में हमारे डिजिटल इकोनॉमी को कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो, भारत का या कोई भी G20 देश का उसमें एक तरह से एक अवेयरनेस क्रिएट हुआ है इस प्रेसिडेंसी के दौरान। और तीसरा, डिजिटल स्किल का जो महत्व है उसमें भी अवेयरनेस और एग्रीमेंट क्रिएट हुआ है। ये मैं जरूर कहूँगा कि इस G20 के दौरान ये कोई स्पष्टता हमने नहीं ट्राई भी किया है कि साइबर सिक्योरिटी की दुनिया में क्या करना है, लेकिन एक कंसेंसस जरूर है कि ये मुद्दा जो है हमारे सभी देशों के डिजिटल इकोनॉमी और हमारे सभी देशों के बिजनेसेस के लिए एक अहम मुद्दा है और हमें मिलकर कुछ काम करना चाहिए। तो ये एक अवेयरनेस और एक एग्रीमेंट इस इशू पर जरूर हुआ है।
Now, number 266.
Sir, Samir Banik from the Indian Express. Sir, just want to understand, digital public infrastructure has become a big part of our foreign policy outreach, which has been very evident with the G20 and the way that we're positioning it for its availability with other countries as well. Just want to understand on a very ideological level, on one hand, say we have China, which is, sort of funding physical infrastructure projects across the world in several developing countries. As a contrast to that, is this how India is sort of positioning itself as this destination of digital governance that builds, with experience with 1.4 billion individuals, its experiences of a digital governance system? Is that sort of India's alternative to what China is offering to the world in terms of physical infrastructure? This is our response in terms of digital infrastructure for the whole world. Just want to understand it from a foreign policy perspective, sir.
So, Soumya, I am certainly not a foreign policy expert, so I will not comment on that. I am saying it as it is, which is that before the Indian presidency of the G20, there were multiple definitions and multiple views around the world, non-harmonized, on what digital public infrastructure should be, can be, what its power is, what it can do or cannot do. I think what we are saying today is, and this is not in any other context, it is not a binary to something, that India's case study of how we have deployed technology and created these DPIs is something that now has resonated. I would go so far as to say that has resonated. And that there is widespread agreement, and agreement within the G20 and the Digital Economy Working Group for sure, on what constitutes DPI. That there should be a alliance of nations to fund the global south, which is called the One Future Alliance, which is to help countries that have long believed that digitization is the purview of only a few countries and a few companies. That there is a way of helping all of these countries also go up the ladder of digitization. And that there is the collective global DPI repository which will allow, because these are open source, for best practices and best innovations from various countries to be available to the whole world. So I don't see this as being any reply to somebody else doing something else. I think this is a uniquely new, uniquely new concept or idea of thinking whose time has come. And the G20, there is absolute consensus of the power of technology and the power of DPI. And I think from an India point of view, this presidency certainly has given India the opportunity to showcase India as a case study for it. It is not a theoretical paper or an abstract idea. It is certainly a case where 1.2 billion Indians are seeing a very transformed form of governance because of the DPI that we have built.
Yeah, you take the question next.
Sir, can you shed some more light on this?
सबको राष्ट्रपति का देखो अब इसमें क्या बचा
Deep Shaker from Money Control. Sir, can you shed
Shed some more light on how this financing of DPI will be done? Have we reached some sort of an
No,
agreement?
I can't shed any light on it, as much as I would love to shed light like that. But I think what we've agreed in this G20 is that there is a need for it. And please understand that this is a process that will now have life and momentum beyond the Indian presidency of the G20, and that is certainly something that we are very deeply satisfied about. What will be the actual financing measures, which countries, where, how, it will certainly evolve. It will certainly be all of the above, including multilateral agencies and countries and NGOs and foundations and all of the above.
Sir, Sankalp from Bloomberg News. So I just want to get a little bit of detail on the 8 countries that you mentioned, if you could name some or all of them. Also, I want to ask, could you tell is the level of engagement of an agreement which we have to build these APIs for these countries?
So I'll tell Sushil to give you the countries at the end of what I just said. But look, I want to say that currently we have engaged with 8, but I will certainly, with the risk of being contradicted, say that the interest levels are double and triple that.